Etsy SEO is one of the most time-consuming elements of running an Etsy shop. You can spend hours researching, tweaking, and adding new keywords, but how do you actually know if your SEO changes are actually working? Lucky for you, I'm an Etsy SEO doctor, and I'm here to set the record straight. My name is Starla Moore, founder of the Handmade Alpha Academy for Etsy sellers and manager at eRank.com, Etsy's most popular SEO tool. And if you're completely new to Etsy SEO and you're not sure how it works or how to perform keyword research, I recommend watching this video first, since the strategies that I'll be teaching today are more advanced and will require a general knowledge of Etsy SEO to start. But before I share those strategies, I want to take a moment to give a quick shout out to this week's featured shop. Thanks so much for your love and support. If you'd like to submit for your own shout out, tag Handmade Alphas in a photo or screenshot of yourself watching this video, either in your Instagram feed or Instagram stories. Whether you're a new shop or you've been selling for a while on Etsy, you've probably wondered at one point or another, how do I know if my SEO is actually working? As a manager at eRank.com, guiding Etsy sellers in the latest SEO tips and strategies is my life. So trust me when I say that you're not alone if you still have no idea how to track your actual progress, aside from the obvious, like sales. Which, don't get me wrong, sales are a great metric. In fact, my golden rule of Etsy SEO is never change the tags and titles of a listing that is selling well. But what about the listings that aren't selling well? The sad little listings that have been crying in the corner since their last renewal date. Well, when it comes to Etsy SEO, what gets measured gets managed. So we need to start by measuring. Since today is an advanced strategy video, you'll need an eRank Basic or eRank Pro account in order to access the tool that we're going to be using today. Now, I've added a link in the video description if you want to compare plans, though just a disclaimer, though I do work for eRank, I'm not an affiliate and I don't get paid to recommend it. Don't demonetize me, YouTube. From your eRank dashboard, we want to go to our listings menu right here and click on active listings right here. From this page, I want you to find a listing that you feel needs an SEO update. Ideally, this is a listing that isn't selling at all. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll through and I'll grab this listing right here from our list, and I'm going to click the button that says Track Changes. Now remember, what gets measured gets managed. In order to see the effects of the changes that you plan to make, we need to collect our initial data first. Otherwise, there's no way to know if the changes that we did anything at all. Now, I personally recommend tracking this listing for a full week before we make our actual Etsy SEO changes. That way we have 7 days worth of data to compare against. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to our active listings and select a few more to track. If you've got an eRank Basic membership, you can track up to 5 different listings. And if you have an eRank Pro account, you can actually track up to 20 different listings. Now that I've selected the listings that I want to track, let's wait 7 days, assess our data, and make our SEO changes. Okay, I've got a busy recording schedule, so let's just pretend that a week passed, and let's take a look at a listing that I tracked a few days ago for the sake of this video. To do this, we're going to go ahead and head back into our listings menu right here, and we're going to click on Changes to see all of the listings that we are currently tracking. So from this list, I'm going to select our Friday Bean blanket, which is available in the Alpha Adapt store, link down below. And I'm going to click Show Changes to see our data. From this page, we can look at the number of views, favorites, and sales that this listing has received since I began tracking it on March 18th. It looks like we had 1 view right here on March 24th, but for the most part, the listing isn't getting a lot of love. So it's probably safe to go ahead and edit the tags and title of this listing since we aren't seeing very many views, favorites, or sales. Now, if you need help with your actual keyword research, be sure to watch my 12-minute Etsy SEO tutorial, which I've linked in the card up here somewhere and down below, because that will help you to be able to actually research your keywords so you know what you're doing when you edit your tags and titles. Now, once again, for the sake of recording this video and keeping it short, I made some changes to my tags and title of a different blanket listing in my shop on March 30th, just to save us some time. So going back into the changes tracker, we're going to go ahead and click to show the changes on the blanket listing that I edited. And we can see exactly where I made the changes on March 30th, as well as the changes that I made. So all of the new keywords that I added are in green, and everything that I removed is crossed out in red. This is extremely useful if you make a change that ends up not doing well, because then you can revisit your old keywords and add them back to your listing if removing them actually hurt your traffic. But it looks like these SEO changes that I made to the title of this listing resulted in a lot more views and a lot more favorites, which means that the changes that we made to this listing were pretty good. And since the keyword changes worked well for this listing, it might be a good idea to test some of these new keywords in similar listings as well. Now, full disclosure here, because I know some of you saw those views right after the change and were like, whoa. But the results featured in this video were staged for the sake of recording. In reality, it can take 60 to 90 days to see the full effects of your keyword changes. This is why testing and analyzing our results is so important. It's also why I always say that Etsy SEO isn't magic. It's a science. And like any good science experiment, we need time to actually analyze those results. Now, in this video, we discussed search engine optimization through keywords, which is a very powerful and necessary part of generating traffic and ranking on Etsy. But keywords are just one part of Etsy's search algorithm. And if you want to be successful on Etsy, it's important to appeal to other ranking factors as well. Of those factors, one of the very best and strongest signals that you can send to Etsy in order to rank higher in search comes from sales and reviews. These two factors help Etsy to recommend your products to more shoppers, because if those items have already been purchased and reviewed in the past, Etsy is more likely to recommend them to more people in the future. And yeah, I know how hard it can be to get customers to leave reviews after they've made a purchase. That's why I created a free template that's proven to increase positive reviews and help to build your search ranking. This freebie is backed by proven Etsy shopper data, which you can learn about in the video up here somewhere. To grab my free swipe files, head over to alphasugar.com or click the link in the description to snag the free download. Overall, strict data analysis and keyword monitoring is the best way to ensure that your SEO is working. With a little science, a lot of data, and help from a trusted Etsy SEO expert, you'll be well on your way to Etsy success. Cue the funky lo-fi beat.